What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I am, as promised, coming at you with the second iteration of this Soldier Tribal decks that got me to Mythic early this season. Those of you who just watched the Azorius version would know that I promised I would follow it up with the mono-white one for your viewing pleasure. And the win rates are both phenomenal, but they're obviously very different. By playing mono-white, the mana is different. We obviously don't have access to counter spells, but that does mean we get to bring in a little bit more removal. I did spend quite a bit of time rambling in the first video about all of the various brews that I used to get into Mythic, so you would have already seen a sort of very abbreviated BrewTech of the mono-white version in the last video with the Azorius soldiers, but I will just jump into it again briefly and just touch upon a few of the things that I forgot to mention in the previous one, and then we'll go just right into some gameplay footage, and then we can call it a night. So, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's second brew. Mono-white soldiers. The version of mono-white nobody is talking about. Like, the only real things mono-white-ish right now is, of course, mono-white humans as an aggro deck with Talia, Adeline, Brutal Cathar. You know, the usual stuff that's been the top leader of the untapped leaderboards for like 3-4 months now or something. But mono-white soldiers, no, of course, and the other one is like mono-white mid-range. It's fallen off a lot of late, but, you know, Sunfall, Wandering Emperor, Restoration of Eiganjo, that sort of stuff. Those are the only two real, like, white decks that have made any sort of an impact on the meta IMO. There is definitely something to be said about the mono-white artifacts deck with the, you know, spring-loaded Soul Blades and the Thousand Moons Smithy thing that I put up during early access. That's also quite nice, but hasn't really broken out as like a meta deck. But the one version of mono white that somehow just no one is playing, talking about, haven't seen a content creator put up anything like this, it's nowhere, is mono white soldiers. Because in everybody's mind, soldiers, like for so long now, the best possible version has been Azorius. But I really think that this is it's worth your time and precious wildcards, and I hope that by the end of tonight's gameplay footage, I will have convinced you of that. So, like I said, you know, we've already talked a lot about a lot of these cards and what the various synergies are. I think the key takeaways here is instead of playing with the Coppercoat Vanguard, I've gone for the Valiant Veteran instead, because this one is a lot more focused on soldiers and less on humans. Most importantly, because we have the Dusk Legion Duelist, which is a vampire, and it just felt a little bit bad playing the Coppercoat Vanguard alongside the Dusk Legion Duelist, because it wouldn't have gotten the ward or the buff, and the fact that Valiant Veteran also can put +1/+1 counters on things from the graveyard, which will trigger the card draw of the Dusk Legion Duelist, just made the decision very clear for me. So going with the Valiant Veteran as our Lord instead of the Coppercoat Vanguard. And this deck, guys, I cannot wait to play it for you. It's been slapping. Brought in a couple of Cathar Commandos to deal with the plentiful artifacts and enchantments that are, you know, dangling around in the meta. We've got the sneaky one of, you know, I love me those, Guardian of New Benalia. Works really nice, you know, discarding potentially the Valiant Veteran and then using it to put +1/+1 counters. But you know, it's just it's a good card in general. But like I touched upon with the Azorius deck, the real breakout cool new card from the new set for me that has really helped me get to Mythic this month is the Warden of the Inner Sky. And this deck is really like takes that whole putting +1/+1 counters on your soldiers thing to the next level, because initially it was really just the Dusk Legion Duelist and Siege Veteran, but now we've got the Warden of the Inner Sky as another great target for all of the ways that we have of putting +1/+1 counters on things. So then yeah, I don't know. You'll just have to watch the gameplay footage and you'll see what I mean by the end of this video. this little combination. Warden, Dusk Legion, Siege Veteran, the -2 from Archangel Elspeth. Just chef's kiss. We're drawing cards. We've got flyers. We've got removal. 3 Ossifications, 4 Brutal Cathars. We still get to play the Cavern of Souls against counter spells. I've been absolutely loving this deck. One of my favorites in a long time. And I think it's quite telling that there's no roaming throne, and I'm still so happy with it. The roaming throne might actually be a really good idea here, because you'd be getting double card draws and things like that. But the life gain from the +1 and the flying from the -2 has just been so good, because the Warden will get flying anyway eventually when you get enough counters on it, and being able to also give something like your Legion Duelist flying, and then at that point they'll both have vigilance, has just been insanely good. And going with 3 Surge of Salvations, also just so freaking important, I think, against mono red, to ensure that you can at least keep your board state semi, okay, until you can take over the game. I think that's really all I need to say about this one. It's plenty of old cards, so I don't need to go over everything again. So I think it's about time that we jump into some games. See how it holds up on this early Mythic top 500 ladder. Arbin Time went undefeated just before I recorded this. Incredible performance. As always, guys, if you want to check the win rates, go and get my deck lists. There's 3 different websites I post to, and they're always down in the description. Kidsley 2K9. Double Eiganjo. I think I'm gonna cut one Eiganjo in the next match. But we're on the draw, so let's mulligan this one. Okay. I think we're gonna have to probably bottom the Surge or a land. Ossification is good, and then having the mana to, if we top deck a Siege Veteran. Ugh, what a decision. You know what? We've got 24 lands. I'm going to risk it. I'd rather keep the Surge just in case it's like mono black, mono red. There we go. And there we go. Rewarded for our bravery. The, okay. Interesting, what's going on here? There's the Siege Veteran. Let's go Soldiers, and I'm actually just going to hold up the Surge now. Or, again, this is a risk. If we play the Duelist now, then we get to draw off it next turn. But we're playing against Golgari with Cut Down, Go for the Throat. The chances are very high that he'll just have the removal spell. So I'm gonna hold back. That's so nice. Sorry, did you just waste your card there? So now we're gonna take a turn off to Scry. It's only 2 less damage we're doing to him, so I feel okay about that. Well, we're gonna draw an extra card off of the Veteran as long as the Duelist survives. But I think I've presented a more appetizing target in the form of Warden of the Inner Sky. Okay. Okay. Cool. Ish, I guess. I mean, pretty damn annoying. But what can you do? We're playing in a very removal-heavy format. This new 10 set standard. Okay, fantastic. Wow, okay, maybe enough with the lands, hey? What do you think? They could have Tear Asunder, of course. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What? Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. And we bottomed one, didn't we? Yeah. What a load of rubbish. And we just drew another one. Okay. Let's see if he thinks he can chump this. Bye-bye. Please, stop with the lands. Another Glisser. Let's find a Brutal Cathar, please. Okay. No attacks. Play a Warden. And, tap, tap, tap. Wait. Okay, wait. We want to be blocking with the Siege Veteran so that he doesn't get his Glisser trigger. So let's tap, tap, tap. Tap. This will help us maybe draw into a Brutal Cathar with all this freaking mana we have. So I will keep it around. Anyway, we'll get to draw another card off the Duelist. Or we can, you know... Once, now, because I will block now with the Siege Veteran. Ah! Okay. So, scry first, obviously. Hello! Can't attack yet. And I'm gonna go for another scry here. That's fine, I don't want more of those. Now we've got flying, and we can draw another card with the Recruitment Officer. He'll probably remove the Brutal Cathar. But even like bye-bye. Even a Grixis Commander wouldn't have really worried me too much. And Surge of Salvation is just chef's kiss, man. Love this card. Alright, game 1, taking down Golgari midrange. Shield Reds and whatever. No problem. More people need to get onto mono-white soldiers instead of humans to just change a little bit the boredom of running into Adeline. It's been in the format since, I mean, it's the oldest set in the format. Midnight Hunt, you know, come on. Let's play some new cards, people. Managing to still stick around in the top couple hundred. And this is also a very nice hand, because I really enjoy... If we top deck another 1-drop, then you go Officer, next turn, another 2 1-drops, scry with the Warden, and then we're off to the races. Play the Veteran, hold up Salvation. Love this deck. We're on the draw, though, against what appears to be Izzet. So let's get down Cavern. Now we can, if we don't get another 1-drop, we just play the Warden and hold up Surge. Aha! Grixis. Of all things. That is interesting. Let's see if he is willing to trade here. I highly doubt it. Wow, that... Ooh, okay. Sure. Absolutely. I still want to hold up the Surge. Okay. What is going on here? Some sort of a bargain deck, maybe? Really strange. Aha! I like. So we're chilling. We're still chilling. Next turn we can do some good stuff, but we're still just holding up a Surge here. Still not entirely sure on what the heck the opponent's trying to do, but I have a feeling there's going to be like Beseech the Mirror or something. He's trying to, like, he's got artifact. Huh? He's gonna bounce. Okay, then I will do this. Woohoo! It's enough mana, thank you. Brotherhood's End would be extremely punishing.
Stay close and stay quiet, and we'll be. Phyrexia's secrets won't stay hidden for long.
Bye. Get freaking stuffed, mate. On to the next one. Hey, can we get a 2 undefeated videos in one night with like fresh brews that no one's jamming? That would really make my night. I hope you guys can't hear this. There's a water shortage on the island, or at least on my part of the island, and we're almost going into monsoon season, and then usually we start to get water from the government again. But for the last few months, we've had to rely on these big water tankers that, truck water in from another part of the island, and then they pump it into my water cistern here to supply the hotel I work at. And yeah, that's like at least 2 of them a day, which is 10,000 liters of water. We do have 12 bedrooms, all the guests are using their showers and their toilets, and the kitchen is using the water. So like we go through quite a bit, and they park the truck right next to my room here and pump it in. I'm hoping my mic, the way I've set up the noise cancelling, it won't pick it up. Dom Tenby. Mr. Dom Tenby. This is sick. This is sick. Okay. Turn 1 officer into turn 2 double warden into scry, and hopefully scry into a land. Boom, boom, boom. Off to the races. I'm so happy to play with this warden. It's really sick. And it goes well, like I don't think it even needs to be in a soldier tribal, because it's also artifacts that you can tap. Like there's so many homes for this card. Okay, so the more aggressive play in the officer, which is also the card I'm least, like if they remove it, oh no, this is gonna be bad. I have a bad feeling. This is the toughest deck to play against. For me at least, like a good control mage playing Esper with all of the options they have right now in terms of removal, it's just like real scary stuff. Okay, let's go for the veteran. And I think we need to just start racing a little bit rather than scrying, because this is going to be Sunfall in my face any second now. Here we go. Like, these are the games I just scoop, because, like, Sunfall is the stupidest card to have been printed in recent memory. I just don't understand what kind of things they were smoking at WotC when somebody decided it would be a good idea to print a 5-mana exile sweeper with upside, when already we have Farewell and freaking, other stuff. It's just a little bit much IMO. It just ruins all of my games, like my poor little creature decks. And then with Celestis and all the other millions of ramp spells, they can just put it out on turn 4, and it's just like, okay, now they even have a freaking thing to block with. It's a little bit ridiculous. Let's give him the sleeping lady face, because I think anyone can play this deck and win, and it's just so pathetic. There's pretty much, like, mono red can be quick enough to get underneath it. If you're lucky, they don't have the Sunfall, maybe you still can squeak in a win with mono red. But this is kind of the reasoning why I ended up switching to the Harbin one, because we had access to counter magic to occasionally, pick off ones. If you just counter that one Sunfall, you usually just win the game right after. Unfortunately, this mono white version of Soldiers doesn't have access to counter spells, so we just have to sort of live with it. there's still plenty of people that play Sunfall, unfortunately. Ridiculous, ridiculous card. I will not stop complaining about it forever. Okay, we got Surge. I don't think we'll need it. This is probably Selesnya Enchantments, but also there's a kind of Selesnya Legends Humans deck going around. Okay, it's Enchantments. Yes, thank you. So, decisions. Probably just go for, the Scry. Let him get in for a hit. Doesn't really bother me. Oof. I wouldn't have minded a second land, a fourth land, I beg your pardon, for the Archangel. But a second Siege Veteran is also not too shabby when we've got these, you know, the only removal I'm worried about here is Ossification. And I don't think he'll be jamming it out next turn quite yet. Tough choice. But nah. Probably gonna have to play Brutal Cathar next turn anyway, so. There's the basic for the Ossification. Arrgh! Or is he gonna go for... And this deck is... I'm also just like, come on, people, play something new. The same tired old shell. Day in, day out. That's it. Let's hopefully draw one more land. Yay! So now, let's see. I mean, I think probably just best to go Brutal Cathar and then protect it with the Surge. And now I'm just gonna start racing a little bit instead of going for the Scry, because we anyway have mana for the Archangel, and that'll guarantee a flying Warden next turn. So what I really want is for him not to... Jeez. Which one are you going for, mate? Nice.
This fight ends now. You've earned my love.
But douche. Bye. Surge of Salvation. Mwah. I love you. Again, like another one of these decks that, like, I guess maybe there's just people, and I have nothing wrong, you know, I feel your pain. I'm a content creator. I'm forced to spend money on the client to get the whole set and to have all the cards so I can brew everything. I know that there's lots and lots of people that are my subscribers that do not have that luxury. And so, you know, if there's a deck that really works from cards as far back as Kamigawa, where all you really needed to craft was like a Calyx or two and some Ossifications, and you're still getting good wins on the ladder, then by all means, please keep playing what you need to play. I just play so much Arena every day that having to see like decks that are almost entirely composed out of Kamigawa cards that came out like freaking so long ago just seems wild to me. Like wouldn't you just get bored? There's so many new cards that are just more fun to play with than Cami of Transients into the... Anyway. Little salt sprinkle. Little rant. Hope you can forgive me for it. How are we doing for time? 24 minutes in. Nice. Almost hit that minute mark, which would have meant we would have probably paired up against someone in Diamond rank, but we were able to find a Bookaholic. It's a freaking nice hand. A two drop off the top would be just the best thing ever. Looks like the opponent's playing black. Aha! Hello. Is there a Elspeth Smite? No. Fantastic. Now the question is, do we put the counter on the Legion Duelist? Guess not. Ooh, hello. Another Ossification? Wouldn't put it past the... Okay. Fine. Kinda sucky, but fine. Okay, so we were just talking in the introduction. This is the other way of playing mono white that's fairly good, right? I think we start plussing. However, I'm expecting Sunfall again, unfortunately, and Wandering Emperor, which is just honestly so frustrating. Depopulate. That's the reason why I'm plussing, because then we can get things back if we get to the 6. But if he depopulates now, we get no value, because this only triggers if it's a non-token soldier. Another... Okay. Cheeky bugger. Had an artifact and an enchantment. I love these cards from Kamigawa that had the, you know, the thing where you, if you have both, cool things happen. Yeah, I mean, sure, of course. Get my scry on. Yeah. I'll probably keep that surge in case it is just... I mean, if it's Sunfall, I'd probably just concede. But if it's Depop, better. It could also be that new artifact sweeper.
This is our fight to win.
Little scry action once again. And we can attack, because if it is Wandering Emperor, which I'm like 1,000,000% sure it is, then we have the surge. Let's give him the sleepy lady face, because this card is just disgusting.
You started this fight, but I'm going to end it.
If he goes to the brute, that's even cooler. So boring. So boring. Here comes the Sunfall. Okay. Okay. Obviously on the... Oh, doesn't go for the Elspeth. Will he just make another... Okay. Sure. I think we -6 and bring back the dude.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Okay. I mean, again, there's times when you get lucky they don't have the Sunfall in hand. Cool. And having some Planeswalkers in the deck instead of going for the throne means you're a little bit more resilient to that type of sweeper, because then you can start to rebuild your board with a Planeswalker. I guess we just got a little lucky there. The opponent was sick and tired of my value train, but if he'd fired off a Sunfall there, we couldn't even have brought stuff back from the graveyard with the Elspeth, and then it's just like, concede, on to the next one. But luck is definitely a humongous part of this game, if you were not aware of that yet. Build your deck as well as you want, and then you'll have a match where you draw 6 lands in a row, or no lands, or the opponent has the perfect answer to everything you do, and you know, and you shouldn't beat yourself up about it, because Sometimes the luck is just not in your favor. 30 minutes in. 1 or 2 games more, depending on how long this one goes. And then we can call it. I gotta get editing. And then catch some beauty sleep. DJ Thanke. Snake. DJ Snake. Is it Snake? I hope it's Snake. 2 surges. I hope this is mono red, because maybe I shouldn't have kept that, but otherwise kind of okay. We're also on the play, so that's cool. Opponent's playing more than 60 cards, so maybe it's Selesnya again, but Selesnya could also be toxic, could also be humans, could also not be Selesnya, could be some other color. Okay. Some kind of landfall deck. Oh, we've got the surge. Maybe +1/+1 counters. Yeah, Selesnya counters probably. Roaring Earth fits into that category. Please give me a land for the flying. Pretty please. This guy can really get out of hand. Ah. Very frustrating. This is another one of those decks that would just completely fall apart to a Sunfall, which is why even though Selesnya +1/+1 is definitely one of my favorite archetypes, has been for a long time. Should we go for a double chump here? This guy will get out of hand if we don't. So I'm okay with that. Pity, but what can you do? There we go. Now we're talking. I think we still you know what, let's minus because we've got another Archangel in hand, and I want to draw a card and make this a little bit chunkier and also allow us to actually start attacking in. Could be Ossification from the opponent as well. I won't block here. Okay. Okay, that's actually fantastic. Whew, much happier that you did that. Double Warden. Okay, now we hold up the Surge, and we are done. Too easy. You're welcome to swing at my guy. Doesn't really bother me. Go for it, mate. Get rid of my Archangel. You're still just dead next turn, so I wonder what your plans are here, but it's just a straight up GG. I got the flying power. Triple Warden, just to real hammer it home how much I would have kicked his ass. Let's see if I can just get him to scoop. Bye, Snake. DJ Snake. Okay, that one was quick. So we definitely have time for one more. So far, we've only lost to a Sunfall. Almost undefeated. Final match of the night. Mono White Soldiers, everybody. Please start playing it. Let's warp the meta a bit with some BrewLab decks. Because I'm tired of seeing Adeline. YSK. Back into almost top 100. That's a mulligan. 100%. Much better. Yeah. Okay, is this gonna be the Ash Lizzle Simic artifacts deck. Very, very powerful brew. Congratulations to Ashizel for you know, playing this one. It's very, very strong. What we're gonna do here is flash in the Commando. Huh? Still no like teething wormlets and, you know, the things that really worry me about this brew. So for now, nothing too scary. Sure. Does not find a thing that'll give it more oomph. It's the Ginger Brute's activated ability that was holding up the priority there. So let's go for Warden into Veteran. Poor toughness here is the reason why I decided to tap the others. Yes, I want to land for my Archangel. We need to get the flying going, or you know, this deck can make the Siren into a pretty big threat. Also, Schooner, you know, things. I think let's keep the Archangel as our final thing. Could have a counterspell here, which honestly kind of sucks, but I'd rather he counters my Siege Veteran than... cool. Fine. We can also Cathar Commando the Schooner. Right? It's enough lands. Say go. We're still holding up this 1 mana for the Commando. I won't swing yet. We can crew... It still wouldn't have killed... 5 toughness here. Unctus Retrofitter. Gonna give a artifact. So, should we just kill you? I think so. Maybe he has the Cauldron, which would kind of suck. Off you go. So now Unctus Retrofitter becomes totally useless, and you're tapped out for the Archangel to come down and... I think we actually are plussing because we're going to get the flying anyway here. Scry and swing. Don't know if we need that in this matchup. No blocks. I'm going to bluff I have something, just keep a land back. So it doesn't appear like we're just top decking. Puff Cookie is life gain, which is not cool. Let's see if he goes everybody face. Sorry, everybody at Archangel. I hope he doesn't. Off you go. Because then, you know, we could have gotten back both of those. Back into the top 100. Almost undefeated. Taking down some of the top meta decks. We've arrived neatly at the 40-minute mark. I think we can just call it a night. I've done a lot of playing, a lot of talking, and I need to start editing. So jumping back into the deck with some final thoughts and overall a review. And also, let me just, while I'm blabbing, get some stats up on the screen here for you. Because the win rates are going to be able to just speak for themselves. Gotta quickly do this and this. Voila. Scroll down. Mono White Soldiers, 37 for 16, 70% win rate, 79% on the play, 60% on the draw, 6 for 1 on this last little run. And, you know, do what you will with that information, but the list is visible on my Untapped, and it'll also be down in the description for you guys to go copy and enjoy. Please spread the word, share this video around, post it to your Twitter, Let's warp the meta, people. Mono white, there's more ways to play mono white than Adeline Talia nonsense. This pile has been destroying the ladder for me, and I highly recommend it. In terms of potential changes, we could consider putting in some of those thrones, but as you saw, the Archangel there with the flying, just so nice. And they're these weird little one-offs. Maybe the Cathar Commando, the Guardian of New Benalia, could be other things. There's definitely something to be said about having some creatures with flash, like Resolute Reinforcements, to play Warden on 1, then play a second land, say go, flash in the Resolute Reinforcements at the end of the opponent's turn 3, untap, play another creature. Now you have 3 creatures other than the Warden, so you can, I don't know, you get where I'm going. So you don't have to take as many turns off from attacking with your Warden, and tap down things that have summoning sickness instead. But otherwise, like, I think my choices were fairly good. We saw there how the Cathar Commando was good against that artifact deck. I have nothing left to add. And I did I think one less Eiganjo, maybe even Mirex could be a good idea, or Mishra's Foundry or something like that. But overall, I'll just leave it as it is, and you guys can let me know in the comments how you would have built it slightly differently. But I think this is a very good shell, and that is it from me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.
Woo!